Welcome to Immigration Quicktake. This is Jessica Eyes with the American Immigration Lawyers Association. We are expecting an intense debate this week as the full Senate moves into the second week of immigration reform discussion. Joining us to update us on immigration news is AILA Advocacy Director Chen. Greg, what topics do we expect to see the Senate address this week as they work on S-744?
So this week we will see the Senate resume its debate on the S-744 immigration reform bill, focused on three major topics that will be intensely debated. The first is going to be the border provisions in the bill and the triggers that are required to be completed before legalization can proceed. Secondly, immigrants' access to public benefits and health care. And lastly, who is eligible for legalization, and particularly the criminal exclusions to legalization.
What in specific will they be discussing regarding border triggers?
So the border trigger provisions are very challenging right now in the debate, mainly because there are certain members of Congress that want to ensure that border provisions get implemented before legalization can proceed. The problem is that many of the proposals, including Senator Cornyn's results proposal, have no definite time frame within which they can ensure that legalization will take place. This is going to essentially hold the legalization plan hostage for border plans that have no clear metrics. What AILA has been looking at in the Senate bill, which we think is adequately tough, are clear metrics that can be achieved and that we know can be implemented within a certain time period. And that is the solution that we think makes more sense.
We hear the House is marking up 2 bills tomorrow. What can you tell us about that?
So yes, the House Judiciary Committee tomorrow will mark up 2 bills, one dealing with agricultural provisions and the second dealing with interior enforcement. The fact that the House has taken up both of these bills to be marked up, amended in committee, is really unfortunate. Both of these bills are effectively non-starters. The Ag bill has no agreement between the two key parties that work on this issue, basically the agribusinesses as well as the farm worker community. So that's going nowhere. With respect to the H.R. 2278 enforcement-only bill, that is akin to the bill that many of you may remember from 2005, 4437, introduced by Representative Sensenbrenner, which essentially criminalizes the undocumented. And it will add many, many provisions that are harsh and deportation-only focused. Even more significant and more radical in the SAFE Act is Title I, which effectively gives broad authority to states and localities to enact their own immigration laws. And this will create chaos across the country, no uniformity on immigration law. And even more significantly, it will effectively Arizonify our immigration laws across the country and allow and authorize police to detain anyone under a reasonable suspicion that they are unlawfully present. This is going to lead to racial profiling and the kinds of abuses we've already seen across the country, specifically in Arizona. AILA is going to be sending out an action alert today to ask all of you to call your senators and ask them to reject deportation-only criminalization efforts that really have no solution in our immigration scheme and really should not be the path this country walks down.
Thank you, Greg, for joining us. For the rest of you, please stay tuned for more updates through Immigration Quicktake from the American Immigration Lawyers Association.